Every trader's odyssey inevitably leads to a moment of reckoning, a point so heavy with despair that it feels like the end of the road. After months, perhaps years, of unwavering commitment, you've immersed yourself in the labyrinthine world of trading. You've dissected every strategy with surgical precision, pored over countless hours of instructional videos, and absorbed trading books as if they held the secrets to the universe. You've backtested systems until your eyes burned, practiced setups with relentless discipline, and filled journals with insights, reflections, and hard-earned lessons. Yet despite this Herculean effort, the results remain maddeningly elusive. One day, a fleeting victory lifts your spirits, only for the next to deliver a crushing defeat. Just when you believe you've begun to decipher the market's cryptic language, it shifts, humbling you with its indifference. This is the crucible where most traders falter, where the weight of repeated setbacks whispers a seductive lie. Perhaps this path was never meant for you. But here lies a profound and often overlooked truth. This breaking point, this moment of existential doubt, is not a harbinger of failure. It is the crucible where transformation is forged, the threshold where the old self must die for the new to emerge. Before we continue, make this commitment. This channel isn't about quick fixes. It's about developing traders with mental strength and discipline. If that resonates with you, join us. Subscribe now so you don't miss any of our upcoming videos. Stay until the end and keep progressing with us. One mindset shift at a time. This video isn't just another trading video. It's a mirror for your mindset. Like now, comment what resonates and stay until the end. Because one idea here could change how you think and how you trade. Let's go. This emotional maelstrom is not unique to you. It is the universal rite of passage for every trader who dares to pursue mastery. It begins subtly, a quiet undercurrent of frustration that builds over time, almost imperceptible at first. When you embarked on this journey, you were propelled by a potent cocktail of hope and ambition. You believed success was just a few trades, a few months, or a single breakthrough strategy away. The market, in those early days, seemed like a puzzle waiting to be solved, a code that once cracked would unlock boundless opportunity. You chased the perfect system, convinced that the right combination of indicators, timeframes, or setups would deliver you from uncertainty to triumph. But trading, you soon discover, is not a mere skill to be acquired through diligent study. It is a psychological and philosophical odyssey, a relentless confrontation with the self that demands not just technical proficiency, but emotional and mental sovereignty. The reason so many traders abandon their pursuit at this stage is not a lack of intelligence or effort, but a fundamental misunderstanding of the deeper metamorphosis unfolding within them. The stage preceding a breakthrough is chaotic, disorienting, and deeply uncomfortable. It feels as though the very fabric of your trading identity is unraveling, not because you're failing, but because the old version of you, the one tethered to ego and impulse, is being systematically dismantled. This is the death of the trader who chases every market move with reckless abandon, who trades to validate their intellect or soothe their insecurities, who rides the emotional roller coaster of wins and losses. This ego death is not a gentle process. It arrives cloaked in confusion, self-doubt, and a visceral sense of inadequacy. You begin to question not just your strategies, but your abilities, your carefully constructed plans, and even your purpose for embarking on this journey. The discomfort becomes a mirror, reflecting every flaw, every fear, and every moment of weakness you've tried to ignore. For many, this psychological crucible is too much to bear. They turn away, unable to endure the pain of confronting their own limitations. But consider the arc of the journey itself. In the beginning, trading was a realm of boundless possibility. Every chart was a canvas of opportunity, every price spike a chance to prove your mettle. The market felt alive, pulsating with potential, and you approached it with the wide-eyed enthusiasm of a novice explorer. Over time, however, that initial exhilaration gives way to a bone-deep exhaustion. You come to a stark and humbling realization. The market is utterly indifferent to your dreams, your emotions, or the painstaking effort you've poured into your setups. No matter how flawless your technical analysis, how rigorous your risk management, or how elegant your strategy, the market can and will defy your expectations. Success, you learn, is not about imposing control on this chaotic entity, but about embracing its inherent unpredictability. This acceptance is a bitter and transformative truth. The first time you truly internalize the market's indifference, it feels like standing at the edge of an abyss. The illusion of control shatters, leaving you with a sense of powerlessness that is both humbling and disorienting. Yet within this surrender lies the seed of wisdom. In that moment of reckoning, you stop waging war against the market and turn inward, beginning to explore the deeper battle raging within yourself. You start to see that your losses rarely stem from flawed setups or imperfect strategies. Instead, they are born from emotional reactions, greed that tempts you to over-leverage, fear that compels you to exit prematurely, boredom that lures you into reckless trades, or the sting of a loss that drives you to seek revenge against the market. The true adversary, you realize, is not the market's volatility, but your own impulses, those primal instincts that hijack your decision-making in moments of pressure. This realization marks a pivotal shift, but it doesn't make trading easier, at least not immediately. In fact, it often makes it harder, as heightened self-awareness casts a spotlight on your mistakes. You see yourself breaking rules in real time, closing trades too early out of fear, chasing setups out of impatience, or doubling down on losing positions in a desperate bid to reclaim control. The frustration is compounded by the fact that you know better, yet you still fall into the same traps. This is the paradox of growth. Awareness precedes control, and the gap between the two is a turbulent, often maddening space. You're caught in a liminal state, suspended between the trader you were and the trader you're becoming, grappling with the dissonance of knowing what to do but struggling to do it consistently. This is where emotional exhaustion takes root, a heavy, almost suffocating sense of being trapped in an endless cycle of repeating the same lessons. Doubt becomes a constant companion, whispering that perhaps you lack the elusive quality that separates consistent traders from theirist. You wonder if those who've achieved success possess some secret knowledge, a perfect indicator, a hidden edge, or an innate gift you'll never attain. But the truth is far simpler and more universal. Every trader who has reached consistency has navigated this same emotional gauntlet. They didn't possess magical strategies or superhuman intellect. They had resilience, the emotional endurance to keep showing up, to keep learning, to keep confronting their flaws even when it hurt. They didn't quit when the pain became overwhelming, and that refusal to surrender is what set them apart. This stage, the breaking point, is the loneliest part of the journey because the progress you're making is invisible even to yourself. On the surface, your account balance may still reflect losses. Your trades may still falter, and your discipline may waver under pressure. To the outside world, it looks like you're stuck, repeating the same mistakes, chasing the same elusive breakthrough. But beneath the surface, a profound shift is taking place. You're beginning to map the emotional patterns that govern your decisions, the moments of overconfidence after a win, the defensiveness after a loss, the restlessness that drives you to trade when you should sit still. You're starting to understand that trading success isn't about predicting the market's next move, but about mastering your own behavior in the face of uncertainty. Slowly, almost imperceptibly, your perspective begins to shift. You stop obsessing over profits and start prioritizing decisions. Instead of chasing the thrill of a winning trade, you focus on executing your plan with precision. The question that once dominated your mind, "Why am I losing?" evolves into a more powerful inquiry. Did I follow my process correctly? This subtle pivot is nothing short of revolutionary. When you shift your focus from outcome to process, you begin to grow in ways you may not even notice at first. You're no longer measuring success by the dollars in your account, but by the consistency of your actions, the clarity of your judgment, and the strength of your discipline. Yet, just before this transformation takes root, the market delivers one final, excruciating test, a trial designed to push your emotional resilience to its breaking point. Perhaps it's a string of losses that erases months of progress, a single impulsive trade that unravels your carefully built equity, or a creeping numbness that makes you question why you're still fighting. This is the market's ultimate challenge, a question posed in the language of chaos. Can you remain disciplined when every fiber of your being screams to react? Can you detach from emotion when the stakes feel insurmountable? Can you hold fast to your process when the temptation to abandon it is overwhelming? For most traders, this is the moment of surrender. They close their accounts, dismantle their setups, and walk away, convinced they've failed. What they don't realize is that they were a single mindset shift away from consistency, a single moment of clarity that could have changed everything. The pain of this stage feels unbearable because it forces you to confront a truth so raw it reshapes your entire perspective. Trading is not about being right. It's about being disciplined. This lesson cannot be absorbed from books, videos, or mentors. It must be forged in the crucible of experience, earned through the chaos of emotional turmoil. Emotional control is not a gift bestowed upon you. It is a hard-won skill, built by enduring the market's relentless tests and emerging stronger each time. Consider the traders who have made it, those rare individuals who've achieved consistency. Their success wasn't built on arcane strategies or insider knowledge. It was rooted in emotional endurance, the ability to remain calm during drawdowns, to embrace uncertainty as an ally, to execute their plans with unwavering precision even when it hurt. They understood a truth that eludes most. The moment you feel most compelled to quit is often the moment you're closest to transformation. This stage, the breaking point, is where trading either destroys you or shapes you into something greater. If you walk away, you'll never know what lay just beyond the pain. But if you stay, if you keep showing up, even when exhaustion threatens to consume you, something extraordinary begins to unfold. You stop being a prisoner to your emotions, decisions once driven by desperation, or fear give way to clarity and intention. The setups that once triggered anxiety become familiar, almost routine. The market's volatility, once a source of panic, begins to feel like a natural rhythm, a dance you've learned to navigate rather than fight. Nothing external has changed. The market is as unpredictable as ever, but your internal landscape has transformed. You've crossed an invisible threshold, the dividing line between the struggling trader and the consistent one. The irony is that most never reach this point because they misinterpret the struggle as evidence of failure. In reality, it's the crucible of growth. Pain is not a sign you're doing something wrong. It's proof you're evolving. This evolution is not measured by profits but by emotional mastery, and that mastery is forged through discomfort. Every loss, every moment of doubt, every emotional breakdown is a lesson in disguise, sculpting you into a trader who can navigate chaos with calm precision. If you're in this stage now, where nothing seems to work, where losses feel like personal betrayals, where doubt clouds every decision, know this: you are closer to a breakthrough than you realize. The pain you're enduring is not the end of your journey. It's the final act before transformation. Every successful trader has stood where you stand, staring into the abyss of self-doubt, grappling with the urge to quit. The difference lies in their refusal to surrender. They stayed, they adapted, they evolved, and in doing so, they unlocked the clarity that trading demands. Trading doesn't reward those who start with bravado or brilliance. It rewards those who endure, who refuse to let the market's chaos define them. If you can navigate this breaking point, if you can hold fast through the emotional storm, you'll look back one day and see that it wasn't your strategy that needed fixing. It was your mindset. Once that shift takes hold, once you stop letting emotions dictate your actions, The chaos of trading gives way to a quiet, unshakable clarity. The market becomes not an adversary, but a mirror, reflecting your growth, your resilience, and your capacity for self-mastery. And in that moment, you'll realize that the journey was never about conquering the market. It was about conquering yourself.